Hey guys, a question I get a lot is where do I get these little shingles that we put on the tops of our bat houses? Show a couple of them to you here. We have little shingles like this, alternating dark and light, and we glue them and staple them to the roofs of the bat houses to make them more durable. And I get asked, I've actually had phone calls, where did you get those? Where did you get those? And people can't seem to believe how we actually get these. So I'm going to show you how we do it. First thing we do is we just buy a bundle of regular shingles. We use a color called weathered gray. You can get it at the orange big box store. And I put a guide up here to give me a solid edge to hit against to align things. And I've cut a board the correct width, which turns out being the length of the shingles. You just put that down, press it into the guide, make sure they're both solid. And take a regular razor knife, hold this down, and just score it. Once you do that, you fold it, it breaks free, and now we have what's going to end up getting chopped up into small black shingles. We take the tabs, which are the gray side, do the same thing. With this you got to be a little more careful because you've got a tab here so this can flex. But if you push down right about here over the two slots, get it in place, you can repeat. You've got to put some pressure down here. As you're pulling, if you don't put pressure, you'll pull the shingle out of position. You can see that it's already started moving. So put that back, a little more pressure. There we go. Break that off, throw it away. Then we have the gray tabs that are the correct length. Those will be cut up into little squares. Now you just repeat one whole bundle's worth. It can get a little monotonous doing this. If your hands aren't as calloused and chewed up as mine are, you might want to wear gloves while you do this because you get all sorts of little fiberglass pieces here and all the gravel. It doesn't really bother me anymore. Once you get the rhythm and the hang of it, you can go pretty quick. And this is actually the part that I find easier out of the two steps. Cutting them into the little squares, you'll see that in a little bit. We've got a chopper, not a helicopter. We throw them up and the blades, not a chopper like a police chopper or something, but kind of like a giant paper cutter. And you'll get to see that shortly. While you're doing it, every now and then it helps to get some of the excess gravel out. And this phase of the project in our little construction room here, we have to pretty much quit doing anything else and just chop shingles because it's kind of a dirty process. And if we didn't, we would have it in paint and glue and stuck onto the plywood as we're assembling houses. Now, the local home improvement stores have gotten a little bit used to me. We do buy from suppliers, but we get some of this. This is what you would call low quantity because we can get a couple of bundles of shingles. We'll do quite a few bat houses. So we don't get that through any type of a commercial supplier. We just go pick them up when we need them. But one thing I've discovered is I'll actually tear open the top of the bundle when I'm looking at them. So if you want to do this and you go get a bundle of shingles, tear it open and look for this line here. What you'll find, sometimes the gray part of this will actually intrude all the way up into here. It's rare, but there'll be a run of bundles that'll do that. For the shingle, it's harmless if you're putting it on a house, but for what we're wanting to do with it, we want to make sure that this area up to here remains black. So I've actually been questioned before because I'm tearing little holes in the bundles of shingles. For those that know me, it wasn't a big deal, didn't bother me. But in the end, I did get the shingles that I wanted. But at this point, the stores pretty much know who I am when I come in. Run, go hide in the back, that type of stuff. And that happens. You wear your knife blade out quite a bit doing this. These are just regular razor knives. What we did was we have completely chewed the tip off of this one. And I find that it takes about 2 razor blades to get through a bundle. And for whatever reason, these are wet. I did get them out of the inside of the store, but apparently they had been on a pallet that had sat outside in some recent rain. So we have the added step of putting these outside to dry before we can do much else with them so far as putting them on houses. Now here you can see the black does need to come up to within about 1 inch of the tar line. So if you are looking in the store to do your own, or picking them up off the ground off of a construction site or something, as long as the black comes up to within 1 inch of this tar line, you'll pretty much be okay. And this is the last one of the bundle. So from here, we have to reconfigure the workbench a little bit, set up our shingle cutter, and finish cutting them in little squares. We'll do that here in a minute.